Our stock of the day is Woolies. Yesterday we did Coles, so we're following through, but there is some news to go on today because it has announced it's selling down its stake in Endeavour Group ahead of its third quarter sales update. The proceeds will be used to fund a buyback later this year. It stated it would hang on to its remaining 4.1% stake in Endeavour for at least 60 calendar days, hinting that its sale of that holding could occur in the month or two ahead. And the 5% of Endeavour that was sold at $5.22 a share in a block trade. Outgoing Chief Executive Brad Banducci saying the company has currently no intention of selling the remaining stake, but will continue to assess it at this point. Taking a look, it is one of those few stocks that's actually heading in the right direction today. It is up almost 1%, and its competitor there, Coles, also in the green today off the back of its update yesterday. Henry, I think I know what you're going to say about supermarkets, that don't find them terribly exciting. Nonetheless, we all go there. They do make money. What do you think?
They do make money. Well, I flew in late last night from Perth, so if you'll excuse me if I yawn a little bit too much, and this one is a little bit of a yawn. I seem to remember that both Andrew Wine and myself had it as a buy a little while ago. I think he had it as the buy of the decade. I'm not sure I would go quite so far as to say that, but it's an interesting move, I guess, from Woolies to be selling Endeavour and buying Woolies, which is what they're effectively doing if they're going to use the proceeds to fund that buyback. I mean, it's safe, it's dull, it's boring, it's on its lows. Clearly, Brad has had his issues, and we are going to get a new CEO in the due course of time when he's managed to do his lap of honour and wring every last lunch and boardroom perk he possibly can out of the company. And then at some stage, Woolies will have a little bit of a fight back against Coles. But, when you look around at the retail trends that we've got going at the moment and the cost of living pressures that remain on consumers and are going to continue to remain, we're not going to see the RBA cut rates. And there's even now a bunch of guys coming out and trying to grab some headlines saying they're going to raise rates. I don't think that's going to happen. But certainly, this is going to weigh on both Coles and Woolies. And a lot of people are going to go to Aldi. Although here it's tempting, and we did put a buy on it a little while ago around these kind of levels. I think it was a little bit lower actually. I think it was just under $32, but it's not really doing much. I can't see this Endeavour really stimulating things. I guess in some respects though, it does enhance their ESG credentials, getting out of pokies, or at least getting out of half of their pokey exposure, and maybe in 60 days time we'll see them get out of the rest. So that's obviously going to overhang Endeavour for a little while. Results tomorrow, hardly going to shoot the lights out. I don't think it's buy of the decade, as Andrew said, but it's probably a nibble here. It's a quality company, long term, but at the moment the headwinds in consumer land well and truly against it, I suspect. So for me at the moment, it's just a hold.
A hold. Okay, Ben.
Yeah, I agree. It's not the most exciting one out there to look at, but I actually think it's a buy. Purely on valuation, really. Like we've had the Peter Dutton attack threatening to break up the supermarkets and look at pricing, pricing commissions and all this sort of thing. Despite the fact Woolworths makes about a 2.5% profit margin on groceries. So look, the fear of that and combined with some slightly softer sales numbers recently has seen the stock trade back to a pretty reasonable valuation, I think, for what is still a good quality, albeit slow growing business. It does generate a return on equity of over 25%, which is, there's not many companies that do that in this country. So it's still got good financials, and I think based on valuation, it's a buy.
All right. How do you compare it with Coles then?
I'd go Woolies over Coles, I think. Although I would say, Coles numbers recently were stronger than Woolies. But I think Woolworths has got a bit more optionality in some of the things that it's doing outside of supermarkets, and it's been well, despite the negative press Brad has got. I think he's actually been a really good operator, and you sort of think about when he took it over, he's done a great turnaround job.
All right, that is our stock of the day. Woolies, a hold and a buy.